In this video, we will discuss the difference between calibration and validation and also discuss why they are confused with each other. Hi guys, welcome to my channel with another video, difference between calibration and validation. In this video, we will briefly introduce calibration and validation. We will also discuss why they are often confused with each other, and in the last, some common differences between calibration and validation. So let's start. Introduction. Calibration and validation are two most essential processes in the pharma industry. They both are necessary for execution for pharmaceutical production operation. They are also inspected by regulatory bodies. Difference between calibration and validation is often confused. As a result, it causes deviation in documentation, execution, and process. Let's discuss some reason for the confusion. Calibration and validation both act as a maintenance aid. The result can be used as an aid in maintenance to point out any deviation, faults, and errors. These are also used to verify the maintenance activities performed in an equipment. Documented process. Both calibration and validation require proper documentation and record keeping. Regulatory bodies review this documentation during their routine inspection. The quality department is responsible for execution of calibration and validation. The quality department is also responsible for planning and conducting these activities. Quality is also responsible for presenting the case before the regulatory body during its inspection. Common differences. Let's discuss some common differences between them and see how they differ from each other. Calibration and validation can be differentiated based on basic definition, execution team, accuracy versus acceptance criteria, measuring devices versus equipment and processes, certification versus documentation, precision versus accuracy, SOP versus protocol, and process versus product. Basic definition. Calibration is checking and verifying accuracy in measuring instruments. It points out any deviation in its measurement and the amount by which it is deviating. It is performed by comparing output with the output of the standard instrument. Validation is assurance that a specific process will constantly produce a product meeting its specification and quality attributes. Basically, validation is checking for predefined criteria that have been agreed upon before purchasing the equipment or process. Execution team. Calibration is performed by third party vendors, specially trained and skillful in this field. Third party vendors maintain their own instrument and other necessary resources. It is also responsible for completing all the associated documents such as certifications and tags. Validation is performed by organization itself by an in-house team. The in-house team consists of personnel from all the relevant departments such as quality, engineering, and production department. In-house team performs all the associated tasks such as scheduling, planning, documentation, and execution. Accuracy versus acceptance criteria. In calibration, the instrument is tested and verified for accuracy. The instrument output should follow standard reference values for given input pattern. The instrument manufacturer defines the accuracy, and the instrument buyer does not have control over defining the accuracy. In validation, the process or equipment is tested and verified against acceptance criteria. Equipment buyer defines the acceptance criteria, and the manufacturer is bound to follow the acceptance criteria. During manufacturing, the manufacturer incorporates it in the design and construction of equipment or process. Measuring device versus equipment or process. Calibration is performed by measuring device which is used to measure any physical or digital parameter. The output of these devices are used during the process or by equipment. Validation is performed for process or equipment. These processes or equipment comprises various small individual processes or equipment that contributes to overall success of process or equipment. Certification versus documentation. Calibration is concluded with a certificate depicting every detail such as calibrating parameter, frequency output and result. It acts as a proof of calibration for a given parameter which can be presented to a regulatory body or to another party when required. Validation requires complete documentation of each individual state such as IQ, OQ and PQ. The documentation contains details such as planning, test procedures, acceptance criteria, and deviation list. Precision versus consistency. In calibration, the instrument is verified for precision against standard results. The more the output of instrument equals the standard value, higher it is considered precise. In validation, the process or equipment is verified for consistency. SOP versus protocol. Calibration is performed according to SOP. SOP only contains procedures for performing calibration for a specific instrument. For a successful calibration, SOP should be followed. The SOP does the SOP does not contain additional information such as documentation, planning, execution, and future line of action. Validation is performed according to validation protocol. It includes procedure from start to finish such as documentation, deviation, management planning, scheduling, and future line of action. Process versus product. In calibration, the effect is felt on the process. In validation, the effect is felt on the final product. Thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you immediately know whenever there is a new video. You can also read this article on PharmaSpec's website www.pharmaspecs.com. Link is also mentioned in the description.